Again, Knives and Toasters, and this is another episode of OceanBlock2. We're about to finish some of the quest. I've smelted down some molten quartz, and yeah, basically molten quartz around a glass gives you fused quartz. So we're about to go and grab a couple of those. I've smelt a 9 up. That should give us one part of this. Also, I've smelted up some quartz and also some copper, and I've also got some quartz in here anyway. So the quartz will give us nuggets, which should, there we go, that will give us nuggets, that gives us silicon, and then all we've got to do now is switch this over so that we've got a block. I think we've got a block. Yeah, we've got 2,000 something or other. What I'm going to do though is just switch this over because I think it's it's the ingot part that I want. So we're going to fill that up. This is fairly quick, but we're going to need a little bit of this. So that's not too bad. Now we should have then completed that quest. Now that doesn't really mean much, except that we are one step closer to getting the bits that we actually need. So that's that. We could go down that route. I'm not going to at the moment. I'm going to go down here and then we're going to finally finish here. So if we have a look at the tasks that are ahead of us, we need to create some machines from Modpack. Now, we've got the magmatic boiler, we've got the steam boiler add-on, and then obviously a steam engine, which will then give us some add-ons and some energy pipes and that kind of stuff. And then obviously we go down into here, and this is going to be the obvious next step, which is the foundry. And then that will give us a speed add-on and a couple of other bits. Now, Alright, I was just checking there. It is down and across. Right, so yeah. So these machines will allow us to make the different bits and pieces and get some add-ons and stuff. So we'll get that. The idea is to use this space here. Well, that's my plan anyway. We've got the lava coming in from that direction, so that'll be cool. We need an infinite water source, which we could. Yeah, we could use that system over there actually. Maybe. Let's have a look. We need to build these blocks anyway. So let's get started with these blocks. So we've got electrum, we've got magnetic coils. We need to make these nickel enforced, copper enforced, basic machine cores. So a basic machine core. All right. Well, that was good. So we need a few more of them. I don't know how many machine cores we've got. We've got 3 machines. They can accept up to 4. So let's do 16 of these things. Does that sound about right? I genuinely don't know. I don't know how many we're going to need. But 16 sounds about right. So why not? We'll start with 16. We can always enhance it. This one here requires one of those. So that's 1. Then we need copper. Okay. I'm guessing that this is what we use this for. So that's fine. So 10 of those. We can always make some more anyway. And then that should give us our first machine. Put that in there because we've already got one. This should give us, okay, so yeah, we're going to need some more. In fact, actually, let's just chuck out an entire block and then just block. This is actually pretty quick. I was not expecting this to be this quick with the ingots. And then we should have one more ingot. There we go. Let's put that in there and grab one of those. That's the second block. Then, okay, so we need one of these, which means we need some wire. So how do we get some wire? Which is electrum plate plus some engineer's cutters. Okay, so engineers cutters. Alright, we've got plenty of those, that's fine. Electrum. There. So we need to go and fire up some electrum. There we go, that'll do enough. And then we need the plates. I need an empty hand to grab that and then put that on there. Right, electrum is on molten electrum. So click that one so that it goes to the bottom, and then hit a plate. I'm guessing we're going to need a few of these, so I'm just going to do however many I have, and I can't remember. So molten electrum, 4 ingots left. Okay, so we'll do 4 more. There we go, we've got 10. Let's go back here. And I'm going to just cut all of these up. So we've got 10 in the system. And I'm going to keep the shears. Right, so according to this, let's get 2 coils. Probably will need another one. We need another basic. Okay, so we can put some copper around that, make the basic. That gives us a steam engine. And then we need a motor, which is 2 coils. So I'm assuming that we've already got 1. And we've got ferrocore ingots because we made some earlier. And then we obviously need one of those for this. And then we should be able to grab that one. And then that should be the 4th one. Perfect. What I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to shove that back in there. Oh, bit boxes. Okay. So, what do we need to do? We apparently need to grab all that. Setup. Okay, so machines, blah, 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 blah. This gives you access to the first 3 tiers. You can learn more about these in the chapter. Each module contains a specific amount of machine cores to complete them. Right-clicking. Yeah, once you pump steam into the steam engine, it will generate excess water, which needs to be pumped out of the machine, or it will eventually stop. So, do we have a fluid trash can? We do. So we could pump it in and then pump it straight out. I'm guessing. I like that idea. Okay, so let's get some of these machines up. Let's put the first machine here. And then if you right click, this one needs 1 block. 1 block. That's that. And then what? You right click it? Oh, maybe this is. Hold on a minute. Let's. Maybe I'm probably using the wrong thing, right? So it says machine cores. Are these machine cores? No, they're reinforced copper plating, which means that the machine cores are probably the copper ones, right? Basic. No. Okay, so what have I done wrong? Basic machine core. Primitive machine core. Okay. I need to. No. Really? What the hell's that? What did I make? Oh, I made something different. Right, okay, fair enough. Let's get some wood. There we go. That'll be enough. And let's get some crafting tables on the go. So, and then we'll get some primitive machine cores. I don't know why I don't know whether it's just primitive or whether we need to go to the next stage, but I'm going to go to the next one up because it looks prettier. Right, so, yeah, that looks way better. Okay, let's do that. Right, so we need to put a core on top and then right click. Aha. Okay. Oh, this is cool. That's so cool. Right, I'm assuming that this thing, it said put it on the back. Put it on the back. So I'm assuming you pipe it in one end and it comes out the other. You have to pipe the other thing out there. Lava probably goes there. I don't know. Will it pipe next to it? Now, didn't I have a lava? Didn't I have a bucket that I put in here? It was a tank, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. So we can see how this works. So if I put that next to it, okay, that doesn't look like it filled it. That didn't fill it. Both. Magmatic boiler. Maybe we just need to pump it in. What's this? Machine efficiency add-on. What was that from? That's from the first one, right? That's from this one. Machine efficiency add-on. Create a magmatic boiler and attach the steam boiler add-on to it. Craft a steam engine and create a setup to generate basic steam power. Click on to see blah blah blah. Okay, start by building the magnet, then attaching the steam boiler add-on to the back of it. Pump in water on one of the sides of the steam boiler and add lava to the boiler itself. This will cause the boiler to generate steam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to possibly ignore the fact that we've got that, right? And do two pieces here. We need fluid. So if we go and have a look at fluid, we've got a fluid interface, which is not exactly what I want. I want the fluid exporter and a fluid importer. So let's get the... Do I have any in here? Okay, have some stuff in here. Nothing what we need. But we will make some. We will make the best of it. So fluid exporter. Yeah, I need an exporter. So we'll do this. And then another fluid exporter. So we've got two. We need a fluid importers because we need to import the water. We've got one. That actually can go in there. I think one will be enough. Not entirely sure. One's got to be enough. And we're going to need a tank and a fluid thing. So we get a tank like so. We will grab a... Do I have one? I do. So we're going to nick that one. Right, and over here we've got this part here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to drop the tank. We are then going to drop that. We're going to grab some more trapdoors. Like so. And we're going to put some around. And we need one here on the inside, which I don't think I'll be able to do. No, because this one's in the way. So if we break this one, and then I put it on there, there we go. Let's break that, and then we can put that. Oh, I put them the wrong way up. Yeah, that's not cool. Nope, not going to help. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That gives that one. Oh, actually, if I want to do an infinite source, I'm going to have to go one further on it. So if I do this, and then we can do that. We can do that. So that will... Really? There we go. That. go. They're going to go up now. And then we'll break this one. We will find a bucket. We will grab water from the infinite source down here. Put it on the... Put it... No, we won't put it there. We will put it... Okay, this is nuts. I need to put it there, but not there. Oh, there we go. Well, that was easier than I thought. Right, so this is going to now fill up with water, which means that the importer, so importer going into, like so, we need a card that says water, so fluid, and then we need water. So if we grab that, put that in there, I'll probably put a bucket in there, that's fine. We've got water there, and we need a second one and a third, just because I've got two extra. Yeah, probably don't need a third one. Right, over here, we're going to put the exporter on that. We're going to put export fluid there. We are then going to throw this into the abyss. We need a... Oh, that's the other fluid exporter, right. So it wasn't water, it was lava. So if we go back to fluid and back to lava, like so, put that in there, grab one of them, lava, and then put that in export fluid, and then that should start filling up. Nope, because it's not connected. Might help if I actually connected it to the network. Really, sometimes I'm a bit. So let's just shove that way. Perfect. And that should now be filling up. No, it's not happy. Why is it not happy? It's got stuff. Look, export fluids. Export fluids, that's lava. That's water. Oh no, lava. Just no water. Did I export water? Yeah, water. So is the importer working? Is it importing the water? No, because I forgot to put the card in it. Excellent. That's, yeah, that's a special kind of special. There we go. Water. I can hear it doing stuff. Come on, don't do this. Water, water. Come on. Why are you not importing? That is a fluid importer. It is water. Both. That is connected, because that one works, so it's definitely connected. Really? What about if I put it at the top? Is that the problem? Does it need to be one specific way? Or actually at the bottom, even better. We'll put it at the bottom. Like so. 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 No water. It's piping in. It's piping in. It's water fluid. Fluid. Water. Lava works, so why wouldn't the water work? Because it's not getting the water. So if it's not getting the water, then maybe what we need is a different jar. Maybe we need one of these jars. We need one of them. that now bringing more? Come on, just work. No. Well, isn't that annoying? Alright, let's rejig this. I don't know how to rejig this, in all honesty. Right. Let's do a water tank, right, with one of those one of these. Where are they? Fluid pipes, right? Let's try a fluid. Let's see whether that works. So we've got a fluid pipe. Yeah. Now there's water in there. There's no water in here. But with fluid pipes, you have to right-click and extract them. Right. Okay. So that works. So we need to get water into here. So this is going down, and we need to get water into it. So surely the fluid exporter will go on the bottom. Just see it. That's water. Export fluid. Like so. But that's still going down. It's not going in. Fill? No. Empty. Both. No. Okay. What about one of the tanks? No. So the water's not getting to it. That's a fluid importer. That is importing fluid. How about we just import all fluid? No, that doesn't like it either. What about here? Well, that's filling back up, but it's not empty. That's not filling. Not sure that will actually work. There a little bit of water in there? No. Yeah, there's fluid. There's 8,000 water in there. It's consistently 8,000. That's not. Okay, so if I do that, that fills up, and this is going down still. Okay. Liquid problems. It's getting steam. You know what? Let's work out that in a moment. This thing. Is it this thing next? So we got that one. Okay, steam boiler add-on, steam engine, and then steam power. So yeah, so it's the steam engine next. So I assume it's going to be that way, maybe, and then 3 blocks like on the top, and then right click. No, and then right click it. There we go. Okay, so that expands that out. Now, does it? Well, there's steam, water. So no, that needs to be. This one. Steam. Okay, and then water fills up here. So we'll take the water out. I don't want it there. Alright, we'll take the water out here, like so, and we'll put down a trash can so that it never fills up with water. but it is generating power. Okay. And then this thing gets put down, I don't know, here maybe here. Right, so this needs 3. Like so. And that will build that. And then where's the power cable? I think it's just anywhere, right? We do have power cables, there we go. So out the back, yeah, and then into the back. And that got power, that's all good. There is an add-on somewhere that we haven't claimed. Multi-control, so multi-bot required, machine cores, yeah, okay. Well, we've done that. But we didn't get... Well, we built one. So why didn't we get that? Okay, that's odd. I didn't get that quest. Oh, because it's locked behind here. I shouldn't have built one directly. I should have taken it out and then tried it. Okay, let's go and build one of these so that we can unlock that quest, which is just this. So we're missing 2 coil, and or we might just get away with that. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that in there, and then that will unlock that quest. Perfect. That gets us all these goodies, and then the next quest. Cool. Okay, so let's go put this back down, like here, and then we need 3 casings, like so, and then we need to right-click on it to build it. That gives us this. Now, iron and coke, so iron and coal coke, so coal coke, charcoal, coal, where's the coke? Oh, I've got it here. Right, so there's the coal coke, and then we need iron, so we'll get 32 of that. We've got the machine speed add-on, which, where is the speed? Where does the add-ons go? Okay, so either end. So if we grab that, it should go here. Okay, so that should give us that one. And then what I want to do is try and give just the same amount, really. So we'll do 26 and 26. And then lapis lazuli ring. Experience. Okay, yeah, we'll shove that in a slot as well. Right, so we should be able to get our first steel. He says, hoping against hope. Come on. First steel. Okay. So we've got our first steel from our machines, but we've already completed that task. So we should have had another one. There we go. So now we can make steel rods. This will just continue to chug along. That's that one. That needs more steam. This water has run out, but I need to get water in. And I don't know how quite yet. So do I extend the pipe down? Can the pipe connect to another pipe? Like so. It's still going down. Lava's not coming in now. Oh, that's because I've killed that pipe. Yeah, no, that's not good. We put the pipe down here. There we go. That should fill the lava back up. Water, though, bit of an issue. Okay, so let's go back to the way that we know it works. So let's shove those in there. And right, we know that the way that we've got it set up over there works, right? And I know that I've got one more fluid thing left. And I also need to know that by that sound I have not slept. let's go sleep. There we go. Right, they can then die, and then I can be all happy. Perfect. Oh, and an airdrop. Right, okay, we'll check out the airdrop in a minute. It's over there. Right. We need water coming into this machine, which means we need water source kind of roughly here. So let's get these things up and running. So the water source here. We want. I suppose we need the water underneath. So let's start with. Where's the tank? Really? Did I muck up the tank? I can't see the tank, so I'm going to create another one because I can't see it. I'm going to find it now. You watch. Right, so I'm going to put the tank here. I'm also going to put fluid here. Now the water's going to be on the top, so we're going to put that one here and here. And then these things are going to be there. So if we do this, this, and this, and then put there, and then one at the end, like so, and then we can shuttle them and break them. Now, water. Oh, yeah, there we go. Water and water. Infinite source. That's filling that up, which means that we can then grab this fluid pipe. We go 1, 2, 3, right click that, it will extract from there, put it into here, and everything's happy again. And then we've got more power, perfect, okay. That was a mission. We need to go get the airdrop. Where did I leave my boat? There it is. Probably in going into space now. But we'll work it out. We'll work it out, we always do. Alright, where are we? Let's put some of this away so that I can get this stuff. Okay, and then we'll go back. I think though that's about it. We've got steel. We've set up Oritech, the first Oritech machine. We've got our infinite water source here. That's fine. We've got this stuff working. This is now alright. It's going a little bit slow. We might need to build a couple more of these. That's fine. But we've got them, which means that we can do finding diamonds now because we have the steel. And that means, so if we go over here and grab that, and also grab that and that, why is this not working? Oh, because it's run out of pickaxes. So we'll get some pickaxes sorted there. We've got a terminal here. Put those in there, like that. Really? Maybe a ditch. There we go. 1, 2, and we need some more of that. Perfect. Put that in there as well. That gives us a third one. So now we can go back over here to 1, 2, 3. And then we'll go back and we'll get 5 more pickaxes. Which is that, and that. And then we'll grab that one. We'll also do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chuck that in there. And that will start going again. Chuck that in there. And that should then, there we go, that'll crush that. Perfect. And that's off on its merry way again. We're going to turn the magnet off so that we can pull that in. And I am literally going to clear my inventory because right now it's insane. So let's get rid of that. The tanks, we'll definitely have that. Let's get some of it. You know what? We'll leave that one there. We'll get rid of that. Definitely get rid of this. Squeezers and stuff. Food can stay. And items and stuff can stay. But these things definitely need to go. That definitely needs to go. So there's that, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of all these. We've got plenty of space, so it's not like it's hardship. Right. Oh. Okay, it's under the... Yeah, I ain't chasing that. You wanted to fight. You should have fought up here. You're gonna sink it, aren't you? I just want to get rid of him. Got it. Now I'm dying. Shit. Okay. That's... Oh, and now I need to do this. There we go, that will get us more of that stuff. And I think that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Next episode we will continue on. But for this one, perfect. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. I've been Satesius. You've been awesome. Later.